yourself and talk so we know how old you are.
Yeah, Bigfoot's all right.
She's all
I'm
right.
all right.
Oh, go ahead, Sam.
MT, I'm just going to jump down. I'll jump back in a
I
minute.
only muted out of respect for everyone to talk us all back.
Sorry, it's just because I don't know who you are, so I just wanted to check.
No, let me know when to talk and I'll unmute, okay?
Okay, yeah. No worries.
Cheers, mate.
Go ahead, Kelly.
Yeah, basically, like, it's a partner behavior. Yeah, like I've known this woman for 3 years on the app, right? And it's just a partner behavior. It's like rinse and repeat. It's just different people, but it's always the same pattern behavior. Go live, do you get me? And then the minute you go live, she switches. Do you get me? And she puts out that you're the wrong'un. You've done the most to her. You've caused a hate train. You've bullied her. You've done this. You've done that. Really and truly, we've not done shit. What have we really done? Do you get me? Really?
And look, that's the thing as well. Why shouldn't we? So why shouldn't we be allowed to sit there and say what's happened personally to us? You know, I won't know what's personally happened to you, Kelly, respectfully. And, you know, I don't know a lot about you on this app. But what I do know is that obviously you've got the same beef as Angie, just as much as anyone else. And you've personally been affected by Angie. You know, she's probably said some derogatory things about you. And you know, we're not sitting there saying you haven't said stuff about her as well. Do you know what I mean? But, you know, like, people are going to say stuff. If stuff's getting said about them, people are going to retaliate. And that's what people have to understand. It's just a one-sided story. Angie will sit on her live day in, day out and paint that everyone's the monster and she's the victim, but she can give just as good as she can get.
She does. And then, like, she antagonizes as well. Like, she will come and she will antagonize the situation. And then because she gets backlash then from the situation, then she plays the victim. The mental health card and the bullying card and all of that. And it's not even that. Like, she tried to slander me so bad, all because I went live. Yeah, I didn't do nothing to her. Yeah, I came even into her live. Yeah, when PLM first came into her live stream. Yeah, it was me that went into a live stream and said to her, listen, me and many other creators 2.5 years ago took these lot on and got them off the app. Now you giving them a platform. Yeah, you're giving them you're basically giving them a platform. You're bringing them back on the app. She called me a liar. Yeah, and she had the worst of the worst, Aki and all that in there. And she was saying to me, no, Kelly, they're not this, they're not that. And listen, Aki is the worst of the worst. I'm telling you now. Yeah, and she was saying...
But to be honest, yeah, this isn't really... I don't want this to be about anything else. I don't really want this to be about PLM or anything. Do you get me? I just want this to just demonstrate that how we've been affected by what Angie's done. Do you get me? Just by her consequences.
Yeah, because she says that I am them as well, and I don't like the fact as well that she's victim shamed me. She said that basically because I was abused as a kid, that I turned into one. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that is disgusting.
Yeah, one of them videos that I played was in relation to you. One of them videos, I think it was the fourth or the fifth one in. It was you that she was mocking.
See what I'm saying? And like, she's even like mocking my DV and everything, even though I said it about her. But the only reason why I said it back at her is because it came out of her mouth, MT. It came from her mouth.
And look, I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and say that it doesn't happen on both sides. I've never not said that. I've always said it happens on both sides. But all I'm saying is, at least people here are taking accountability for what they've said, and have actually owned what they've said, or have said that they've said it. The difference is, no one here is saying that they haven't done wrong. People here are saying that they have done wrong. But what you're doing is, you're saying, not you, Kelly, I'm on about Angie. She's saying that she hasn't done anything wrong, and that, you know, she won't apologise for what she said, and she won't take accountability. And she only takes accountability when it suits her, or it's in her interest, or it's in her benefit. Do you know what I mean? That's the only reason when she'll take accountability.
And even then, she doesn't even take accountability, because has any of us ever heard a sorry from her?
No.
She would get everybody in and want everybody to
tell a lie. Sorry, I tell a lie. She did apologise to me after kicking off over losing the battles, because she thought I was going to be mates with Alex. That's why she come to apologise to me, and I said I wouldn't accept an apology. So yeah, she has apologised to me once.
She's never ever apologized to anybody else on this app. I've never heard her once say sorry. If anything, I've heard her get people in and want everybody to say sorry to her, and she's sitting in that box and she's gone, okay, yeah, so we don't talk about each other, you don't talk about me. But hold on, we've just said sorry, so where's your sorry?
Yeah. And I do take accountability. I take accountability all the time. So I don't know why people are saying, do you take accountability? I haven't done anything on here in comparison a mile off compared to what Angie and all them do. Don't forget, you're all sitting here trying to criticise us, yeah, but actually what have we done? Sit there and ask yourself, what have I actually done? I haven't done anything. You can sit there and talk shit about everyone else, but you can't sit there and talk shit about me.
We were all counting down the days that she was going to turn on you.
I was counting it down myself.
She does absolutely everybody. I just think whenever maybe people get close to her or she feels like she might be getting a little bit close to someone, she turns on them. That's how I've been looking at it.
It's the same pattern, like it's just different people in it. It's just rinse and repeat. It's the same pattern and different people.
Does anyone mind?
Chloe, she done it to Alex, she done it to MT, she done it to me, she's done it to fucking loads of
Charlie and Lynn's, and she's doing it to Mazza. Look how quick today she switched on Kelly. She was willing to throw Kelly under the bus for kicking Alex, even though she didn't know it might have been Kelly, it might not have been, but look how quickly she turns on all of them. We were once them people. Do you know what I mean? We were once them people. That's it's the exact same situation.
And all of us can't be wrong. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, she's the main, I can't, so what's the word? The denominator. She's the main one. Do you get me? Like, and we all can't be wrong. Like, every one of us is saying the exact same thing, but it's just different people.
I think we also have to remember that no one is innocent in all of this either. So even though
that's the word,
it's obviously affected certain people in certain ways in the current state, is that everyone here who's been affected, who sat in the boxes, have also done things that might not be suited to other people, might not be relevant to things. You, Kelly, have done things, Snell may have done things, me, MT, all of us have done things that are wrong and been seen as wrong. So I think without, casting that aspersion on someone itself, we can only say how this has affected us, but bearing in mind that people will also assume that we have also done wrong, said things wrong, done things wrong, sat with the wrong people as well. So I think bearing that in mind is also a good thing across the board for all of us. Do you know what I mean?
And that's the thing, like, anything that Angie accused me of, you get me, I tried to go in there and, like, fix it, but she just deflects onto something else and something else and something else. Like, I went in and tried to say, you know what, I'm sorry, let's leave it. You get me? I'd have said some horrible things to her, the same way she has to me. But the day that she came for my kids, that was enough for me. That Christmas time, that was enough for me. She literally affected me then. Do you get me? And I haven't reacted to her. If anything, I just blocked her and I've moved on. I didn't even speak back. She's been throwing my name under the bus every day, calling me a beast, all sorts. Do you get me? And I ain't reacted.
She said yesterday that I was a part of PLM and I was in the server. Under no circumstances is that true. So she was throwing out lies through her back teeth yesterday. I mean, this woman's just, I'm sorry, she's just definitely not my cup of tea.
Does anyone mind if I hear from Bigfoot? Bigfoot, do you want to speak now? Sorry, because you said you wanted to speak before, but you didn't want to interrupt anyone. Are you still there?
Yeah, I have. Thank you for accepting me up. Right?
You're welcome.
Let me tell you, that woman goes on about obesity. And I'll happily tell you, I'm 23 stone, 5'9" with size 12 feet. I don't give a fuck. But some people will get affected by it. Let me tell you. And I don't know if you got issues with Buster yourself, but can Buster come up and have his say, please?
No, sorry.
Because I think he should have his say. You've tried to win today.
He can go and have a say somewhere else, but no, sorry.
But
I mean, if you want to say it on his behalf and he's happy for you to say it, you're more than welcome to. But
no, I'd rather Buster say it himself.
Okay, well then he can go on his own live and say it. But I mean, the fact that when you sit there and you say that, she's made comments about weight and stuff like that, Wayne, for example, Wayne is the biggest
I
hypocrite
had
going
Wayne last night in the box empty.
Yesterday, I watched him run round and tell people that, you know, he was completely sweet and innocent and was trying to hold people to account and that. And we'd all sat there and watched this behaviour and what he'd
I
done.
went in Michelle's live yesterday, and I went against Wayne, and I told him the same. And in fact, Dave Duran's face dropped, and he said, "Can I ask this person a question?" I said, "Yeah, go on." And he went, "Where the hell do you get shoes from?" Like, he put it into a joke, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm quite solid-skinned, but a lot of people ain't.
And they're the people that you're speaking up for?
Yeah.
Good.
That's right, Lou.
Too right. But I wish, like you and Buster could sort things and let Buster have his say. But if not, I appreciate that. I'm going to drop down now.
Go ahead, Bigfoot. Nice one for getting in and having you say. Zoe?
Cheers.
Go ahead. Z? Sorry. I called you Zoe.
That's
You
right.
good?
It's fine. So literally, I was actually going to say about Buster, because I was in the live when they were slagging him off, saying that they were going to phone his job and everything. That was the first thing that I was going to say. The second thing I was going to say is, I know you was mentioning Charlie's lives and that. Well, I was in Charlie's live the other day, and Linz was in the box, and she messaged Ange to say that I was in the live. And as soon as Ange entered the live, she kicked me from Charlie's live, and it was nothing either to do with her, what we were talking about on Charlie's live. And the whole DV thing, like, you've already thingied it, do you know what I mean? You've already played, like, the videos that are all over the FYP and everything like that. But yeah, just like her behaviour is really shocking, and I find her really contradicting. She really needs to. She sits and gives it a really good show about everybody should take accountability, but she literally takes fucking none.
Exactly.
And I think Buster is the second person who she threatened. Her and everyone that was in her boxes were threatening to phone up his job so that he lost his job about everything. Because apparently he was trying to get into Miss Red's live or something, and he were driving a lorry or something. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say to the bloke that was in there.
Yeah, I mean, respectfully, I would let Buster in here, but there's a reason why I won't let him in here.
Oh,
and that
no,
could be
it's your live, you're the host, you know what I mean?
You get what I mean? So,
yeah, it's your live, you're the host. And
I'm not going to sit here and discuss the reason why.
No.
Obviously, if he wants to know, I'll message him, but there's a reason why he isn't coming in. But, you know, again, obviously, you've seen it yourself. Buster's been affected by what's going on. So if he's been affected by what's going on, he's entitled to go and have his say on the situation. These are what you've got to understand is anyone who's saying anything are only people who've been affected in some way, shape, or form. Do you get me? It's only someone has said something to them and then they've retaliated and then they become the bad person. The reason they become the bad person is because everyone in Angie's life sits there and condones her behaviour and says it's acceptable. So she begins to believe that it's acceptable. And when she goes into other lives and she sits in other boxes, people will still continue to condone her behaviour. But the difference is your behaviour can't be condoned by me, and I think that you need to take accountability.
Exactly that. So on my main profile, I've made a couple of videos on it now. I think I've done like 3 videos on it on my main profile, giving my opinion. And I really wanted to get into Angie's box and give her my opinion. But the thing is, when you're in her boxes, everyone overshouts, and you can't have a one-to-one with Angie and talk to her. Yeah.
Okay.
So I actually really like Ange, to be fair. When she's not doing drama, when it's just about her debates and she's doing things, she can hold a really good live occasionally. But when it's all about the drama and all this and that, it's so repetitive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
And I had my opinion on Alex's live, and said a couple of things. And because my opinion isn't the same as hers and all her enablers, she now automatically says that I'm part of a hate train and is like trying to come at me all the time, but she follows me on one of my accounts. She doesn't block me when I go in there. I comment on her lives, and I want her to take responsibility of her own voice, which she has on this app, and she doesn't.
Of course. And that's all anyone wants her to do, basically. Do you know what I mean? That is all anyone wants her to do. Anyone wants to say, you know what, fair dues, you're making comments that you're making, yeah, and you're not willing to say sorry, but at least be accountable for it. At least say, look, I'm not going to apologise, but I did say it. Do you know what I mean?
Especially over the mocking of the DV, do you know what I mean? Because DV is a massive subject and there are victims and survivors all over the fucking world of it, do you know what I mean? That's such a big thing. And to sit there, she sat there the other day on her live and turned around and said that anybody in domestic violence relationships should have their children removed off of them by social services. So... like that was such a horrible comment to hear. I've been through domestic violence. I haven't actually lost my child through it. However, social services did help me regarding that certain situation. But for her to sit there and have such a real negative opinion on that, considering she says that she's been through that herself, was actually really sad.
And it
I'm
hits,
not sure
it hits us hard as
if
well,
anybody
doesn't it?
actually remembers when she had a lady in a box and there was 8 people going at this poor girl, all going at her because she was in a DV relationship with not the children's father. So she ended up having to give the children to their natural father.
Can I also just point out very quickly, yeah, she can report me to my workplace. Number 1, she doesn't know where to work. And number 2, what's she going to say? Hey, there's a guy on TikTok who's basically holding me to account because he's going through videos of stuff that I've said on social media and showing everyone. Big fucking whoop-de-doo. Do you know what I mean? It's about time someone did it. Obviously, people will come on and say what actually happened to them, but I'm showing people what you've done to everyone, not just what's happened to me. There's many, many people who've been affected by what you've said, so feel free to pick up a telephone and ring whoever you want, because it does not bother me. Honestly, you do not scare me, you do not manipulate me, and you don't control me no more. And I think that's what your issue is. We all watched how affected you was yesterday, sitting there screaming in boxes because Dave wouldn't kick me out the box. That just proves to me that you are affected by me.
Yes.
And the thing is,
She's affected by the truth. That's what it is. She don't like the truth. And when the truth, with you yesterday, like you got what you wanted to say without her screaming over you. You get me? You did manage to get, and you got everything out. And I was like, she got fully affected. She went from 0 to 20,000. She didn't like it.
She went absolutely crazy when I mentioned the Palestine children, calling me, saying that I was lying, I was setting it up. And then Mother T jumped in and put her straight. And you know what? Honest to God, that stopped me from going berserk at that point.
I just want to say one more thing and then I'm just going to drop.
Yeah, I was going to say, does anyone want to dip? Because I've got people in the box.
Yeah, I'm literally just one more thing and then I'm going to say, I want to eat me bacon butty. Do you know what I mean?
Go ahead.
So the only other thing that I want to mention is about the emergency services and how she sits there and says that not for anybody to waste their time on emergency services. However, she feels the need to report absolutely everything that's going on. Do you know what I mean? And continuously badger the emergency services. And she sits on a live and says about bullying and harassment. If you reply to anybody that is bullying and harassing you, you will not get a reaction from the police and nothing will be held up. Exactly. So that's all I'm going to say. But thank you for letting me in the box. I hope you have a lovely evening.
Welcome.
I'll be in the comments.
You're very welcome. Big love. Angie,
later.
just before I speak to you, I just want to speak to TLC.
Okay.
Hello? Hello.
What's going on?
What's going on?
I'm just hosting, mate, just being out there and seeing what's going on. I don't really know the situation.
I'll go at them all respectfully. I've got people who want to get in and have to say. If anyone's in here and wants to talk in a positive light about Angie, you're more than welcome to do so. You know, I'm not sitting here. This isn't a live on hate. This is just a live on accountability.
And MP, yeah, and I want to point out something else as well, yeah, with Angie as well. Like, it was about a year and a half ago, yeah, she was having a debate around DV, right? And me and my friend went in there, and when I say she ridiculed my friend and said to my friend that she should not have had her kids in her care because of DV, she ridiculed her, and she let the whole live come after her as well. She get me? And she done it to me as well. She's done it to me numerous occasions. She's done a lot to me that I could literally come out all night, and she's done a lot, man. She's done a lot.
Good. Well, Kel, listen, respect and big love for getting in the box and saying how you've been affected.
Yeah, big love, MT, for letting me in, yeah.
Good. I'm going to drop you only because I've got loads of people who are waiting.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
Good.
Big up.
See you soon.
Kel, wait there, because Kel affected me.
Can I just do my bit, because I'm really nervous at being in the box?
Can I just check, just one sec, just before you do your bit, yeah? Very quickly. Teely B, can you just take your mic off a sec?
Hello.
And speak.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Who I am,
Go ahead, you can throw yourself back on mute. Go on, Angie.
So and mine is really no hate whatsoever. It's just an outsider's thing that happened. And I've wanted to jump in people's boxes so long to say something that happened, and I've never had the nerve to do it. And I'm praying that I don't get hate from Angie's side for saying something. But
okay, let me turn the comments off. Just one sec. Say your piece. Honestly, you good?
So, I know Angie says a lot that if you're triggered by anything that happens in her life, leave, which is absolutely what you should do. But she also does get triggered a lot, so she does understand how triggers work. Once you're triggered, it doesn't matter if you leave the live, you're triggered. So what happened to me, and oh God, this is just not going to come out right. So I'm someone who SHs.
Okay.
And I went a year with no SH whatsoever. And not on her last time, but on a time previous, I went into her live. Obviously, there is no trigger warning to say don't go into the live because you're going to see something you don't want to see. And it was an occasion that she'd SH'd, and you saw it all, which then triggered me. And I did leave her live, and I tried to not then do anything, because obviously sometimes triggers won't massively trigger you if you're not already in a bad place anyway. So I was in a bad place anyway, and seeing that triggered me. And I'm not saying my story for anyone to think that, oh yeah, Angie shouldn't do that online. I'm not saying that, because obviously, if you're someone that SHs, it's not a nice headspace to be in. I just think that it's not very fair when she's triggered. Everyone has to make a big deal of how dare people trigger her. And for me personally, I would never go on live and show fresh SHing. But if for whatever stupid reason I did, the next day when I went live, I would be massively apologetic to everybody on the off chance somebody got triggered by that. And she didn't apologise. She's never apologised for, and I don't blame anyone for SHing. It's not something to blame someone on.
Of course not.
But if people have seen yours, and you have thousands of viewers, so within them thousands, you're gonna have triggered somebody. The next day, why doesn't she ever just say, look, I am so sorry if what I did triggered anybody? And I know it's not her fault because she's not in a good headspace when she's doing it. But the next day, I just think she should be sorry the next day.
First of all, I want to say big love to you for coming in and saying your piece. And I know it might be nervous when you come in here and you try and talk to people, because it does make people nervous, but respect to you for coming in and saying exactly how you feel. And that's what it's about, really. It's about how you feel. It's not about how anyone else feels. It's about how you personally feel and how you've been affected by it. And you've been through a situation previously which is similar in a sense, and you can relate to it. And the fact that you can relate to it means that you are allowed to get affected by what you see, and that no one should take your right away from you to be able to say your piece.